right, guys, it's Jahlon, and today we are actually talking about an Archeage product. This is Archeage II's footage in development. Now, I know a lot of you are going to ask me, how can I get behind an Archeage product again with all of the problems that Archeage 1 had with the NFT part of Arc World? And all I'm going to say is, let's put all of the history of Archeage to the side. Let's just focus on the product that XL Games is trying to bring us. XL Games is trying to bring us an action combat game done in Unreal Engine 5 in a seamless open world that will be available on both PC and console. With the fact that XL Games is focusing on crossplay and a lot of the things I'm going to talk about, it lets me know that Jake Song and XL Games are absolutely dedicated to bringing us a next generation MMORPG. The thing here is they are going to be doing the game in a non-linear progression, focusing on personal adventures and personal storyline. This is something that MMORPG players have been asking for the better part of a decade. Players are tired of the theme park led around, ride by ride, adventure by adventure, main story quest sort of games. People want to be able to have the freedom to design their own adventures. Now, for those of you familiar with the Archeage 1 storyline, Archeage 2 is taking place in the same world. It's going to be taking place during a time where the focus of the story is the populating of Aurora. Now, Jake Song was asked a couple of questions during the interview. One of the things he said, he wants to bring back the things that worked really well in Archeage 1. One of those things is trade runs. It was refreshing to hear him talk about trade runs, admitting how the system was flawed. And the big part here is trade runs are going to be able to be done alone, in teams, and in raids. I am really looking forward to the next release of information and how they plan on doing those types of trade runs. The other thing they knew was popular was housing. One flaw people had with the Archeage 1 system was the housing zones, where you were forced to drop your houses in only certain areas. I keyed in on something that Jake Song said. He said the ability to create towns with their guild members. I'm really looking forward to the concept of being able to build a town out and away from everybody else. And then maybe that means we're not going to be restricted to pre-designated housing areas. Now, I am not naive. I know there are a lot of things already on the table that could hurt Archeage 2. The first and foremost being pay to win. In Archeage 1, the game was designed from the ground up to have pay-to-win systems in it. There was a very aggressive monetized pay-to-win cash shop. In previous interviews, Jake Song has said he has learned that the Western audience doesn't necessarily appreciate pay-to-win the same way an Asian player base does, and he acknowledges that the Western world is a much larger market, so in order to accommodate a larger player base, they don't want to have pay-to-win. Now, is it going to happen? I don't know. We'll have to wait to see what the game looks like as it gets closer to launch. Another thing that could hurt Archeage 2 is the NFTs. Arc World is their NFT project, which has rubbed a lot of players the wrong way, especially now with multiple crypto markets crashing and being wiped out. With that said, don't assume Archeage 2 is going to have NFTs. You have Arc World, which is an NFT project, and then you have Archeage 2. Again, let's just be patient and let's wait and see. Or if you don't want to be patient, go ahead and be vocal about it. Leave a comment below, leave a comment anywhere you can that says, hey, XL Games, I'm willing to come back, I'm willing to forgive, I'm willing to forget, but not if you're going to try to bring in crypto or not if you're going to try to bring in NFTs. Finally, I think the largest thing that could hurt Archeage 2 is actually Kakao Games. Kakao Games has been fumbling and bumbling ever since they acquired XL Games. For those of you unaware, Kakao Games owns a controlling majority of XL Games stock, and they just seem to not be able to manage the Archeage 1 project. I remember this time last year, right around the December timeframe, they completely fumbled the ball in launching up the new servers and the fresh start servers, so much so that I took one look at it and I said, nope, not for me, and I walked away. With that said, does Kakao have a bad track record? Yes, they do. Does Kakao have to do an awful lot of convincing to a Western player base that they can deliver a game that's, one, not going to be filled with pay to win, but more importantly, two, that they're not going to do things like just strip credits off accounts that cost players real world money. That is something they are going to have to do if they want Archeage 2 to be a success. And with that said, there's no real reason to drag this video on. We got an amazing trailer video. I put some thoughts on it. If you want to leave some thoughts, go ahead and leave a comment below. Does this mean I'm back to making Archeage content? Not Archeage 1 and not Arc World. Archeage 2, absolutely. I'm willing to give that game a chance. Definitely like what I'm seeing. We'll just have to wait till we get more. Gonna shamelessly shill here. You see down there, good looking guy in a top hat. That's PGN Music. That is my DMCA free record label. If you're a content creator or a streamer and you need DMCA free music to play in the background, go ahead, check out PGN Music. It's in the description below. Also, if you're a D&D storyteller, you might find some fantasy music there that sort of sets the mood for your game. Anyways, I stream live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you want to talk about Archeage 2, swing by and we can talk about it live. You guys take care, and I will update you again when there's more Archeage 2 news.